Dear Journal, I've been scoping out some spots to place a new cache, and one of the areas, not this one, is beat, because there's a shitty cache nearby. I know that makes me sound elitist, but it's an abandoned cache that has some favorite points from its former glory. Now it's just a throwdown. The original CEO long departed from the geocaching scene. That made me think about something, and what better place to talk about it than this scenic little tipped-over train car in the snow, which is obviously too close to railroad tracks for official cache placement.
Alright, looks like I gotta do this on the quick tip. Where else? My bike. Ooh. Oh. Alright, I'll get back to you.
Okay, this is why voiceover is a thing. It's just much easier. I can be a cookie monster out there and then gather my thoughts here. Would anyone sign a petition stating they would like a new rule where if you do not log into your geocaching account in X amount of days, your caches get archived? That's simple. I say X should be 90 days, but I'm open to negotiation. If you can't be asked to log into your account once every 3 months to say that you got things covered, that you're still around for maintenance if need be, then stop playing. Maybe X can be 120 days, because, I'm human too. If the lab results are to be believed, I get it, shit happens, hobbies take a backseat, but the lifeblood of the game is new caches. Unless Groundspeak can generate new land, then we must start taking steps to recycle areas that have been hijacked by absent CEOs, and we must do it now so I can place a cache. Who's with me? Alright, I actually think Groundspeak has a bit of an obligation after glorifying 3 million caches worldwide. After encouraging everyone and their mother to hide a cache, they should mitigate the amount of geotrash that I think that they're partly responsible for. Think about it, that 3 million, which if you don't know is their number, not mine, that's 3 million caches. Let's say half of that number involved are physical containers, 1.5 million. I feel like I'm being conservative there, okay? Let's say 5% of those are abandoned, need archiving, they're damaged, or otherwise crapulent caches. That is 75,000 caches that can be classified as trash. If you went out and picked up 75,000 pieces of trash, you would have done a great service to Mother Nature. You also just cleared out 75,000 places for new caches, new lifeblood for the game. I'm sure you could recycle some of the better containers like I did with that abandoned fake rock cache. Cash in, trash out. No, just trash out. Not Cedo, but 2. Maybe have a cache recycle archival party. Maybe not use the acronym for that, but if you have volunteer reviewers, how about volunteer removers? What are the legal ramifications if you take an abandoned cache and the owner comes back months later demanding their stuff? That'll require a whole separate entry, I imagine, but hypothetically, if that was an easily resolved issue, would you sign the petition? If you do not log into your account in X amount of days, your caches get archived. After the snow stopped, I went out again because I had a follow-up question to see who was with me, and I wanted to see what this place looked like in the snow. Yeah, it looks cool. I'm not entirely sure this is currently open to the public. You can kind of just amble in from the woods, and frankly, the 4 statues here make me feel bad. They all seem like they're in distress. Fortunately, right outside the gates on a small cliff is a nice spot that I'll ruin with my nattering. Alright, Journal, what I need, but also what I want is, I guess, a group, like 2 dozen people, like a little club that generally follow the tenets of geocaching, but they aren't afraid to violate a few rules for the sake of fun, because we're intelligent adults that can do certain things without having to worry about, are we too close to the train tracks, or is this private property? That sort of thing. I guess what I'm looking for in actuality is Fight Club for geocaching. I want the heart of geocaching without the rules, which I imagine was what it was like before Groundspeak came along. From what I understand, it's just a bunch of cachers posting to each other in an email, maybe an email list. I don't take my history of geocaching because I don't really know, but I was under the impression that it was pretty low key, and then somebody was like, "Well, hey, let me gather all this and put it on one website and slap some banner ads on there." So I'm looking for geocaching without the rules. Who's with me? Sorry, I almost hit my head on this side. That's why I sound a little weird there. This sign says, "Do not just be one of those Instagrammers, TikTokers that's filming and then just plummets to their death while trying to get a selfie in a nice area." Fortunately, I know what I'm doing. No, I'm just kidding. I know what I'm doing. However, I ran out of things to talk about. I want a fight club. Is there one out there?
Now a question of etiquette. As I pass, do I give you the ass or the crotch?